What's up, Peapod? It's your boy Sean P, the leader and general of the illest team known to man, the Purefoys, aka your family's favorite family. Ooh, excuse me, but today is Tuesday, and I have a testimony to share with you all today. I am currently at work and using a new little setup, but I just wanted to testify to the glory of God today that we got our car back. If you look back on last week's Testimony Tuesday, you would have noticed or you would have seen that our car was repossessed. And it's just to give a little backstory behind that. So I was working at a school and I had lost my job. You know, it was a great pay, great benefits, all of those good things. But I had lost that position and had to get another job that didn't pay equally as much. And what wound up happening was that we dug ourselves into a hole financially. We spent up all our savings and a lot of the income that we were getting in, and we even had to, use some of the kids' money from their acting jobs to just help the family stay afloat. And but to our demise, sooner after all that ran out, and we were just left having to basically let some things slide. And one of the bills that we had to let slide, we had to let a lot of bills slide, but one of the bills that in particular that was kind of important was our car note for the car that I drive to work to and from. So we have a van, we have a car, but the car note we're still leasing. And I was unable to make the payments because of everything else that we had to take care of. As I was getting ready to make a payment on it, it was not accepted, and they rejected it, and they wanted the entire payment. So I owed about $1,600, and they wanted the entire payment, but we didn't have it. So they wound up taking the car, and it was kind of like if you would have thought that it would have been a deathly blow to us, but it definitely wasn't, because we serve a God who provides. And even though they took the car, I wasn't sweating it or anything like that. Nakia and I, we talked and we said we're just going to believe God to work it out. So I talked to them, and we made arrangements to get how much we had to owe. And they quoted me a certain number. They quoted me $2,300 to get the car out. That was with the fees, the towing fees, the storage fees, the repo fees, and what we owed on the lease. And to make a long story short, like I was testifying on last week, that we had a couple people that came to our aid. So like our parents definitely came to our aid, and I even had some friends of mine who loaned us some money. And we even had one friend who gave us $400 that we don't have to pay back. And that was just a blessing on top of a blessing, because there were certain situations in my life where if I asked friends to borrow money, or if I asked family to borrow money, that they didn't have it. But I just thank God for putting us in a position, or putting us in a circle of friends, to where people do have the means to be a blessing to us when we need it. And I also just thank God for having people in my life that can just sow a seed of love into our lives. And I don't know about y'all, but $400 when you got 5 kids, a mortgage, and every bill in the world, that's a lot of money when you don't have it. And that's a lot of money to scrape up when you don't have it. So I thank God for that. So I thank God for we were able to get the car out. And this is where the super blessing is. Not only were we able to get the car out, but the amount of money that I had to pay to get it out was less, a couple $100 less than what they had quoted me. So we had definitely saved some money on that end. But then we kind of ran into a little bit of a problem. But I'm also going to show you how God worked it out for us. So that day when it was time to we got up all the money and had a plan that I was going to pay it and then go to the place that one of my friends dropped me off at the impound to get the car. But when I got on the phone to pay the thinking I was going to be able to pay over the phone, I went to reach for my wallet and I didn't have my wallet. I wound up leaving my wallet at home. And the kid actually dropped me off at work. And excuse me. And when I called her, it's like, so that was kind of like a bummer because I didn't have my ID to get the car out, and I thought that this was going to be another stumbling block. But come to find out that I couldn't pay over the phone anyway, and I had to go to Western Union in order to pay the bill because they guess they didn't trust my debit account. I wind up having to get Nakia to meet me at the tow place anyway, to drop off my ID. But that was also a blessing, her coming there, because when I got there, these people, they lost my key to my car. And this is a 2015 Toyota Avalon, and it had one of those, it's a keyless entry car. So, those keys cost about, $400 to replace. So thank God I had Nakia come to meet me there because she was also able to give me the spare key. So that was a blessing of itself. Not only that, but because they lost my key and because it was such an inconvenience and because they're making me go out of my way to get the key replaced, they're going to replace the key for free. And they also waived another $125 for storage fees and towing fees. So the quote that they gave me was lower, and they even took off even more money because they lost our key. So now I'm just so happy that we had the car back, and we didn't have to pay as much money that we thought we were going to have to pay, and we just have it sorted out with our friends that our friends and family, to where we can pay them back when we have it, and not be so pressed with all the other bills that we have. But I am just so thankful to God. I wanted to give this testimony a little bit earlier in the year and to let you know, give you an update. But I just wanted to follow protocol and just wait till I got everything was sorted out. But God is definitely good. And He's a provider, He's a way maker, and I believe that today. I've been praying for people who are able to identify when not having a car and having a car repossessed. I've been praying for you all and seeking God to make a way for you all. And we do things like this because a lot of times on YouTube we put our best foot forward and we show the great and awesome things that are happening in our lives. And sometimes it's good to be a little transparent with our audience to let them know that everything is not always honky-dory. Everything is not always, a bed of roses, and that we do experience some turmoil and strife and some downs in our life. And but we don't do that so that to get sympathy or to get sympathy subscribers or to get we're praying things like that, but to let you know that God is a good God, and we serve a God that will take care of you if you are faithful, and that when you need Him most, the Lord will show up and make a way for you, and to let you know that we overcome. And we just want to be an encouragement to those who might be going through whatever that you're going through, that it's not going to last forever, and it's not going to always be that way. That if you keep your hand in the Lord's hand, and if you keep your faith and trust in Him, He will make a way for you. It might not happen when you want it to. It might not happen the way you want it to, but it will definitely happen. And we are a firm believer on that. And God is just working on a way to set up a blessing for you that only He can get the glory out of it. Yes, our friends blessed us. Yes, our parents blessed us with financial donations and loans and things of that nature. But this is a blessing that was being set up a long time ago, because again, Our family didn't always have it. Our friends didn't always have it. We didn't always have friends who had it. And there were times we reached out, and people was just like, "Yo, I ain't got it." But God blessed our friends so that in our family, so that they can be a blessing onto us on this go round. So we ask that you continue to keep us in prayer. That God will continue to strengthen us and lead us in the path that He has for us. And we'll be praying for you also in Jesus' name. There are going to be some awesome things coming up on the channel, so be on the lookout for that. And yeah, we'll see you later. Live, let love. Peace.